Amid a raging war in West Asia, Yemen's Houthis have launched drones towards an industrial zone in the Israeli city of Ashkelon. The Houthis have been attacking ships in the Red Sea since November last year. The rebels say they are acting in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza and in support of Lebanon against Israeli strikes. The Israeli military said that sirens sounded in Ashkelon after a drone crossed into Israeli territory but fell in an open space in that area.
نفذ سلاح الجو المسير في القوات المسلحة اليمنية عملية عسكرية نوعية استهدفت المنطقة الصناعية للعدو الإسرائيلي في منطقة عسقلان جنوبي فلسطين المحتلة، وقد نفذت العملية بعدد من الطائرات المسيرة، ونجحت المسيرات في الوصول إلى أهدافها بفضل الله.
A drone launched by Hezbollah struck a pedestrian bridge in Nahariya in northwestern Israel. However, no injuries were reported. Video of the incident shows drone striking the cables of a bridge near the city's railway station and exploding. Also, one person was killed when a large barrage of rockets fired by Hezbollah from Lebanon slammed into the town of Ma'alot Tashiha. The Israel Defense Forces said some 50 rockets were fired in the barrage, some of which were intercepted. Meanwhile, the Hezbollah elected its deputy head, Naim Qassem, as the group's leader. He succeeds Hassan Nasrallah, who was killed in an Israeli air attack on Beirut's southern suburb over a month ago. Since Nasrallah's killing, Qassem has given 3 televised addresses, including one in October 8th, in which he said the armed group supported efforts to reach a ceasefire for Lebanon. Situation remains tense in Lebanon as well. As Israel intensified strikes on southern Lebanon's border villages, plumes of smoke were seen from Lebanon's Kiam village near the border with Israel. Members of the United Nations peacekeepers, the UNIFIL, patrolled the village in southern Lebanon amid strikes. Several UNIFIL observation posts had come under fire in the past few weeks, drawing international condemnation. However, Israel has denied deliberately targeting the force. Instead, it says the Hezbollah has built strongholds in close proximity to UNIFIL sites. Israeli strikes on Lebanon's Bekaa Valley killed more than 60 people overnight across a dozen towns. Rescue workers were still pulling bodies out of the rubble on Tuesday morning. Buildings were leveled to the ground and workers were seen sifting through the site.
واللي عم بصير بالبقاع ولا بلبنان كلها حرام. بنطلب شغله واحده بس من العالم انه تحب بعض وما حدا يدخل فيها، وبنطلب من الحكام العرب يوقفوا جنب هالبلد يكونوا معهم. اللي عم بصير حرام، ومبارح اللي صار ضرب بالبقاع ما حدا بيرضى. نتمنى بس من حيال رئيس عربي يوقف جنب هالبلد.
Meanwhile, Gaza's Civil Defense Agency has said that an overnight Israeli strike killed nearly 100 in the northern district of Beit Lahia.
تم قصف المنزل عائلة أبو نصر في حي مشروع بيت لاهية، وتكون من 4 قوابل. عدد من الشهداء، عشرات الشهداء وعشرات النازحين قاموا في هذا المنزل. يعني قام قصف المنزل من غير سابق انذار على هذا المنزل. تم زي ما انت شايف الشهداء هنا وزي ما انت شايف الاشلاء الحيطان هاي معلقه، وهان والجيران كلها هي يعني في مربع مشروع بيت لاهيه.
Residents in Jabalia were seen retrieving bodies from the rubble after an Israeli strike hit a house in the northern Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Civil Emergency Service and around 100,000 people were marooned in Jabalia, Beit Lahia and Beit Hanu without medical or food supplies. As per the Health Ministry, those wounded in the strike could not receive care as doctors had been forced to evacuate the nearby Kamal Adwan hospital. Meanwhile, the Hamas released a video of an attack carried out by the group on an Israeli tank. And for the latest, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Ranana.
Israel's parliament overwhelmingly voted to limit the role of UNRWA, which Israel has accused of being infiltrated by Hamas. For example, Israel has said that 1/5 of UNRWA's male employees are operatives of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. However, Prime Minister Netanyahu suggested that while UNRWA workers involved in terror activity must be held accountable, aid must remain available in Gaza, and that Israel would work with international partners to ensure that aid can reach the people of Gaza. Meanwhile, in a recording of Netanyahu talking to Likud party colleagues, he said that Hamas is making demands to mediators that Israel can't agree with. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said that the US is still waiting to see if Hamas is serious about the talks. Meanwhile, Iran has said that it would use all available tools to respond to Israel's strike on Iran, and Netanyahu has vowed that Israel will prevent Iran from having nuclear weapons. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.